when you get a machine like that, the first things you're thinking, oh, I'm going to have to monitor it until I get used to it. But with this machine, we found that because she's so dimensionally stable and accurate, plus you've got M401, which will recalibrate all the full 5-axis coordinates in real life. We can add that in the beginning of each program. We are not worrying if we're starting the batches of the jobs when the machine's cold and gradually warming up and runs away from us, because she will bring herself into the correct state.
Martin, we're here at Factory 33. We're back again. You seem to be doing something right because everybody wants you on camera. Now, we're going to talk about the Matsuura behind us. But before we get into the machine and what it's doing, talk me through the mindset of owning one of these machines.
Well, so automation is big in the UK. But for us, we've always been automating as much as we could. But with the machine like that, which will allows us to reload the pallets automatically throughout the night, day, we're thinking at it now as we will run on a smaller batches even. So for example, we would prove out a single component. If we've got an order for 2 or 3, we would keep that to the end of the day. We would prove another job because we've got enough tools in that particular machine to do so. And then we would do again just one off. And at the end of the day, we would run 3 more parts of each order. That way we're gaining time.
Instead of just jumping on making one part, you're running multiple different customers at the same time through the night. So they're still getting parts at a really quick lead time, but you're actually being a lot more productive doing it that way.
Yes, what we're trying to do is to resist the urge of finishing a complete order in the day. We want to keep the few quantities which are left on the order towards the end of the day. So when we're actually turning the lights off, the machine is still producing, so we will prove out 2 or 3 jobs through the day, and then if the batches are small, finish the rest during the night, because we know the machine will deliver on the accuracy. We're not worrying of chasing H7 holes or anything like that.
And talk us through the recalibration, because on a lot of machines you would have to empty the table to recalibrate, but for a start you don't really have a table on this, and you don't need to clear it.
Yeah, well, you can do it few ways on a Matsuura. You can do it traditionally with a sphere. But on our particular machine, we've got the hard pin on the side, and recalibration takes literally a few minutes. And we do that quite often at the beginning of each program even, because it's that quick. We've got it in automatic cycles. The Renshaw probe will reprobe the pin on the side of the machine and update the core, which is your center of rotation. And every single part is done as you almost freshly calibrate the whole machine.
And there was something you were telling me earlier, which I really quite like. You never actually really go in the machine. So talk us through that, because a lot of machinists, a lot of people running machines will be thinking, wait a minute, I'm in and out the door, but you never are.
No, it's an interesting thing, because you normally just like very hands-on. But with this machine, because the offsets are so accurate and the machine is so accurate, once you've done few jobs and you know where your cutting offsets are, they all repeat on different sides of the hole. So it's not like if you're cutting a 20mm hole or 50mm hole, the machine will still deliver the same level of accuracy. The size will be exactly on the nominal once it's correctly set. And even with aligning for the secondary operations, we rely on probing now. We don't go and clog the jobs. We don't allow the C-axis. We don't allow the A-axis. We're not doing anything. Occasionally on the first one, we'll open the doors and check the size, but I must admit, even on few occasions, I let the whole program run, let the pallet offload, I'll check it when it's actually in the station. And even if something needs recutting, that thing is just dead on when it loads the pallet back in. It's just brilliant.
Now you're running this constantly, let's put it that way. You run this a lot, and obviously swarf should be an issue, and I'm saying should be an issue because it isn't.
No, so obviously we designed the way we cut the programs to help with that, to minimize the problems, but almost never when we cut aluminium have the need to clean the inside of the enclosure. Yes, we do rip a chip splitting style cutter, so the swarf is not so heavy and dense. But as you looked early in that machine, she was cutting since you've arrived, and you said it's spotless inside. Yes, we're using chip blow-off cycles at the end to clean the pallets so the coolant doesn't drip off. So there's a little bit of a cleaning going on in there, but with all the wash down which happens in the machine, and it's just how it's designed with very steep constantinas. It's just, yeah, that problem is almost non-existing.
This is a very high-end machine. Obviously, like you said, this machine was built with automation in mind. If there's anybody at home who are watching this and think they would really like to take the step up into this type of machine from just a standard 5-axis, what would you say to them? Has it been a complete success story?
Well, the first thing to say is a lot of people, when look at these machines, they think, and a lot of salespeople will say that these machines can replace 2 or 3 spindle, and everybody takes that with a pinch of salt, but genuinely that machine can replace 3 spindles in here. We've originally decided not to move the existing jobs on that machine, but then we've realized she just eats the workload. So we started pulling off the jobs, reconfigured them slightly so the first operation takes the most amount of time. And this is the way, so we will run 60-minute cycle and then a 10-minute cycle on the other machine just to finish the job off. So we remodeling how we operate. We want to put as much hours on that machine as possible because she never stops.